Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Game Hub. I'm your host, GamerK.
I'm Dark Vanguard Ren.
And while this is not a video with E, I decided for this first video, happy May the 4th, if you can't tell with the two amazing Star Wars themed artwork. Because this video is me doing starting the Villainous guide of Star Wars. Grab the box. And it's called Power of the Dark Side. And he's got these ones because I made this dumb decision during a game night with friends to play Disney Villainous, and he got into it.
Specifically the Star Wars version of it.
Yeah, I created a monster. Much like Palpatine now that I think about it. I mean, you are taller than me. You might lose your hand. I think you're not going to throw me over a railing, are you?
No.
I don't trust it. But anyway, just wanted to say a very happy May the 4th. I don't usually do not holiday greetings, but special themes like this. But it just so happened to coincide. So let's get into the video. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Game Hub. I'm your host, GamerK. We are finally in May, ladies and gentlemen. It's time for May the 4th. And what a way to start by going over, we are doing the Star Wars Villainous set. E has gotten pretty much, actually all of them. I create a monster. I create a monster of him getting interested in Villainous, but he's gotten to the Star Wars one, which I'm kind of thankful for, because I'm not that much of a Star Wars fan. But nonetheless, I am going through the Star Wars Villainous set, the starter set, called Power of the Dark Side. And what better way to do Star Wars Day than to go over Darth Vader. There he is. And I will be borrowing his set on occasion when I do the Star Wars Villainous set. And there it is. And this is the first, this is again, the very first starter set for Star Wars Villainous. So any of you who love the Villainous series, Marvel or Disney, definitely pick up the Star Wars one if you're a big Star Wars fans. So, as always, going up into a couple things, there are a couple new, I had to go through a lot of the rules beforehand and to learn a little bit. So a couple things new in this game is that you have two types of currency in this game. You have credits, which Star Wars fans can obviously tell what they are, which is really cool. This is how you pay for a good amount of cards. And then we have ambition tokens, where sometimes paying people isn't enough, and you need to have a lot of ambition in order to pay certain cards. And here is Darth Vader. Take a look. And I kind of don't like, as you can see, there's a lot of the resin and everything in the image and stuff that's kind of cloudy, kind of broken up a little bit. I mean, I still like the look of it, but it's more of that resin kind of look. There's Darth Vader's mask, which is way too much of this white shit on the face mask, but you can see there's the helmet, there's the face mask for Vader, his long black cape, the lightsaber on the bottom. Again, very nice that each Villainous has their own kind of figurines, movers, and I do love them. And here is Darth Vader's board with that awesome Darth Vader board look of him. You underestimate the power of the dark side. If you will not fight, then you will meet your destiny. Also, because I'm doing this, I just gotta say, shout out, rest in peace to James Earl Jones for giving us such an amazing voice, for such an amazing villain character nonetheless. Now we'll open the board. And here he is, Darth Vader's board. Here we have Darth Vader and his objective, defeat Luke Skywalker. Maybe I should have done this for Father's Day. Anyway, we have Mustafar. I forgive me if I'm not pronouncing some of these names wrong, because I'm not that much of a Star Wars person. We have Mustafar, which is that beautiful imagery of where Anakin Skywalker died and Darth Vader rose. We have the Death Star, which is the hallway where he battles Obi-Wan. We've got Cloud City, that amazing reveal scene for all those kids when this first came out and were so shocked. And then we have the Emperor's throne room. Very nice climax. And then we have the new area called Deep Space, and I'll explain what that is in a bit. So obviously, there we go. We have to defeat Luke Skywalker, and just adjusting and going through his villain deck as always. And once again, before I forget, like I do in every Villainous, because the designs on the back of the cards are so nice, here we are with Darth Vader's in the nice classic black. We got Darth Vader's helmet there with the TIE fighters surrounding with a... Which one is this? His ship that he uses in the trench scene with the Death Star right there, his lightsaber, and his that throne kind of area where he's putting on his helmet, the mechanical device. For any of you Darth Vader fans and want a sick tattoo, there you go. So there are a lot, again, like the Villainous games, there are a lot of differences for the cards that go on. So let's start with, like I usually do with the Disney Villainous, I'll be going through the condition cards first, which are basically the trap cards. And we have 5 of those in this. We get 3 copies of Name drop, The Power of the Dark Side. And we got that cool image of Darth Vader coming into the room with the red lighting and the smoke. During their turn, if another player spends 2 or more ambition, right here, you may play The Power of the Dark Side and gain 2 ambition. There we go. And then we have 2 copies of You Are Not a Jedi Yet. That really cool image of Darth Vader battling Luke in the final moments, which is really, really cool. During their turn, if another player defeats a hero, you may play You Are Not a Jedi Yet. Flip Luke Skywalker to his conflicted side. That will be evident during the game. Well, explain more. And now here are the new cards that are for this, which are the vehicles. There are vehicles in every villain deck and in every hero deck. So here is the Executioner, which is that big ass giant mechanical pizza slice that I called it as a kid. So for your vehicle cards, you will play them to your deep space. And that gives you another new location. So whenever you go onto the deep space vehicle, you will activate the ability that's on the bottom, and it will give you actions to do as well. So for this one, it gives you collect ambition, fate, and play a card. Reveal cards from your fate deck until you reveal a hero. Play that hero to any location in Darth Vader's sector. And these are called sectors, not realms, which I do like. However, here's the thing. You cannot play heroes. You cannot play allies or anything to the Executioner. You cannot play them to deep space. Only the sets underneath here. So that now, going into the how to play vehicles. When a fate card vehicle is played, like the X-Wing here, it will cover up your location. It covers up the location for the actions, but it will not stop the ability from working, so you can still go there. Now, another thing is there are 2 states for them to be engaged, which would be them not. And you can play the other one on this other side. So if they're not engaged, they are not connecting like this. But if they're engaged, it means that they're covered up. So you can use the fate action to have your vehicle crash into the other vehicle, destroying them both. And you cannot be on this area without a vehicle, and you cannot be on vehicles when you're executing a fate action for said vehicles. That was hopefully explanatory. And then we have 1 copy of, get back here, the Advanced X1. That's what the vehicle on the back is called, the X1. So gain 2 ambition every time you go there. And this one gives you play a card, vanquish, and move a card. And now we have the effects, and Darth Vader has a lot of effects in this deck, which is pretty cool. We have 3 copies of Friends in Trouble, where we see the scene where Han gets frozen in the carbonite. All heroes in Darth Vader's sector gain 1 strength, negative 1 strength. Pretty basic. And then we get one copy of Your Hate Has Made You Powerful. That really cool scene of Luke almost striking down Vader. And this is an ambition card, so you do need to pay ambition in order to activate it instead of credits. If you can see in one card, if a card is using credits to pay, it will be in the top corner. If for ambition, it will be on the bottom corner. Remove all fake cards in play, including vehicles from Darth Vader's sector. So that's a really powerful card. And then we get 2 copies of Father and Son. Not to be confused from that song in Aladdin, the King of Thieves. That really cool image of Skywalker with Vader when they're approaching the Emperor. If Darth Vader is at a non-vehicle location, move Luke Skywalker to Darth Vader's location. Flip Luke Skywalker to his conflicted side. Again, that will be how you basically get Darth Vader to defeat him. Anyway, next we have 2 copies of Join Us or Die. That really awesome image with the lightsaber light hitting Luke's face of the threatening moment of the reveal. Move Luke Skywalker 1 location toward the Emperor's throne room. So obviously, like in the old Disney Villainous game, you're going to have to get Luke Skywalker to a certain location in order to defeat him. Now we have 2 copies of, and I love this. Every time my friends doubt me on something, I always say this: I find your lack of faith disturbing. Where he's choking out this one idiot who spoke out against him. Remove an ally. Gain ambition equal to that ally's strength +1. So, if your allies aren't doing their goddamn job, you can get rid of them to give more ambition. Just like in politics. And now we have 1 copy of Release Your Anger, which is that really cool image of the crossing lightsabers with Palpatine. Move Darth Vader to Luke Skywalker's current location. Take 1 action at the new location. Flip Luke Skywalker to his conflicted side. You cannot use Release Your Anger to perform fate actions. That's good to know. And now we got the allies. And there's quite a bunch. We have 5 copies of Yes. Goddamn fucking music. The Imperial Stormtroopers, and looking quite well. Imperial Stormtroopers gain +1 strength for every other Imperial Stormtrooper in Darth Vader's sector. So, again, they will gain +1 for each one. So that's a total of 4 they can gain because they don't count themselves. So, yeah. Each of them will go up by 4, bring them all to a strength of 5. And then we have 3 copies of Death Troopers, which, again, really, really cool imagery. When performing a vanquish action, Death Troopers may be used to defeat a hero at a location or an adjacent location. So, very common villainous mechanic. Then we have 3 copies of the Imperial Officers, which, from the looks of it, they're just watching TV while Vader is giving a speech. Pay 1 ambition. Remove a hero vehicle from your sector, then remove the Imperial officers because it's an older code, sir, but it's still valid. And then we have one copy of a Sith Lord character, Emperor Palpatine. Play Palpatine to the Emperor's throne room. And then pay 6 ambition, defeat Luke Skywalker. So this is the main way, the only way to kill Luke to win the game. Speaking of Luke, let's go to that, and that's a tile, actually. I thought it was a card. Again, I haven't played this for so long. Luke Skywalker, focused. Heroes at Luke Skywalker's location cannot be targeted by vanquish actions. And then when you flip him over, it's just the back of his head. Like, it's not real conflicting anything. When a hero is defeated, move Luke Skywalker 1 location towards the Emperor's throne room. Which, okay, that's really cool. That's really, really cool. And now we got the fake cards for this deck. And again, it's the same imagery, just with the white. Really, really cool. And again, we got 2 vehicles for this one. So we got the X-Wing. Very nice. When X-Wing is played, flip Luke Skywalker to focus side. All right. Then we have...
What the hell is an aluminum falcon?
Oh, I just had to do it. I'm sorry. That makes my day. When a hero has been defeated, move them to the Millennium Falcon. Players targeting Darth Vader with fate actions may play a hero from the Millennium Falcon to a new location instead of drawing cards from Vader's fate deck. So basically, this is how you goddamn... So the Millennium Falcon is just picking up defeated heroes, keeping them in deep space until it's time for them to be used. That is glorious. That is absolute glorious. I'm not going to lie. And upon doing a little bit of extra reading, I just went through the Vader villain guide and found out that the game starts with Luke set up, focused while at the Death Star. But he does not block action, so he just stays above the board. Which is, kind of cool. Not going to lie. Interesting. Always wanted to double check. Because I don't want to look like a dumbass. More than I already do. Okay, and now for the effects. Oh, no, wait, we have a restriction card, which are really, really cool cards, called More Powerful Than You Can Imagine. Darth Vader cannot perform ambition actions. Darth Vader must discard his entire hand during a discard action to remove More Powerful Than You Can Understand. So, and these cards, okay, so there's 2 ways you can do these cards, condition cards, restrictions. You can either place it underneath your villain mover so it moves with you, but that's kind of dumb. So the way me and E have been doing it is you place the restriction above your villain portrait, like this. That way you know it's still active, because it's a pain in the ass to move it with. So having it up there means it's active until you do the condition to get rid of it. Really, really cool that they added those for this. And now we have 1 copy of May the Force Be With You.
What the hell, man? I was gonna make it. Thanks for watching over me and keeping me safe. Fuck you. You murdered me, you ass.
Why am I doing so many jokes in this one? Darth Vader loses up to 2 ambition. Really nice image of Obi-Wan, Yoda, and Skywalker and Anakin there. Oh, that hurt. That actually hurt. That made me laugh too much. And then we have 1 copy of Obi-Wan Has Taught You Well. That, again, another cool fight scene. All heroes at Darth Vader's sector gain +1 strength. And then we have two copies of The Force is Strong with this one. Shuffle the Fate discard pile back into the deck. Then play the top card. If the top card is The Force is Strong with this one, place it on the discard pile without effect. Okay. That's odd. And then we have 2 copies of Son and Father. Really, really cool image of having Vader without the helmet, seeing what he looks like after all these years. Very, very well done. Move Luke Skywalker 1 location away from the Emperor's throne room. Flip Luke Skywalker to his focus side. So again, we had father and son. Now we have son and father. Very nice. Very nice. And now we have all the heroes in this deck. And one is odd and weirdly missing, which I don't mind. We have Obi-Wan Kenobi. Or old Ben Kenobi. When Obi-Wan Kenobi is played, Darth Vader places his entire hand in the discard pile. Thanks, old friend. Then we have 1 copy of Lando Calrissian. Very, very cool. Not James Earl Jones. Billy D. Williams. Billy D. Williams, thank you. When Lando Calrissian is played, remove an ally from his location. Traitor, but also not traitor. And then we have 1 copy of R2-D2. All right. R2-D2 may be played to an engaged hero vehicle. Darth Vader cannot use that ally vehicle's ability. Okay. So basically R2 will negate the ability of said vehicle that he's on while he's on the hero vehicle. Then we have 1 copy of... And that is actually how you say Chewbacca in Wookiee. It's... Really, really cool image of him with his crossbow. When performing a vanquish action to defeat Chewbacca, 3 allies must be needed. Very good, Chewie. And then we get 1 copy of Han Solo. Great image of him with his pistol. Darth Vader's cost to play allies is increased by 1 credit. So all ambition cards are not affected by Solo's ability. And then we have, obviously, Princess Leia. Really cool image of her. All of Darth Vader's ambition actions and abilities are increased by 1 ambition. Okay. Solo takes care of the credits. Leia takes care of the ambition. That makes perfect sense, actually. And, wow, that was the first one. All done. Way to go. So, that is how you play. That is all the cards for Darth Vader in the Star Wars Villainous set. Plenty more to come this year for Villainous in general. So, ladies and gentlemen, hope that you enjoyed this video. Like, comment, subscribe down below, and join me next week where I try not to laugh at another favorite YouTuber of mine as we sadly go over the horrors of Walmart. This is GamerK, logging out.